Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. You know I love you. You know I love you. Why are you looking at me like that? What do you want? Somebody wants a mama. Hi. I didn't even see. Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. You're first. I think you were first before. Rugellen, gonna cry 96 tears. Mom Michelle, hey, hi. Spike's trying to get in the closet with me. Little stink butt. And now he's looking for his ball or his toy. Oh, there's the toy. Okay, he's got the toy. Hi, Terminator. Somebody said hello to you, baby. Sent Peeps over. Yeah, he's coming over here trying to get me. My little doggy. He wants attention. When he wants attention and I have my phone on, he gets between me and my phone. Hi, American Girl. Hey, I try to, on YouTube, I try to like put a heart on your comments and I try to comment back and it doesn't let me. I just wanted to let you know that. I don't know why it does that. But I got my coffee and I'm in a closet. I found some games in here too. It looks like there's some games in this closet. Let's see which games we got. Outburst 2. What else? It look like they have very many, everything to them. Good morning. Trivial Pursuit Junior. Yahtzee, but it looks like it has a Mickey Mouse. Sorry. Pictionary. I like Pictionary. I like Pictionary. That's a fun game to play. Me and my best friend, we used to play with our husbands. Good morning, Seagull. We used to play Pictionary with our husbands, and we always won because, like, we'd be, so the word would be period. And I would just put like a dot on the paper, and she's like, period. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, no way could anybody know that. I'm like, dude, we're best friends. We like work together 8 hours a day, and then we spend time afterwards together. We know everything about each other. We could put a dot on there and it would be a period. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, I was just wanting to say good morning. There's been a lot happening. David, Mags, and Dumbass Vern went on a live. That was interesting. Mags and I had a little talk. You like that game? I do too. Mags and I had a talk. AP did some crazy stuff yesterday. So it's a lot to discuss. And I haven't really said much on it. And I don't know which one to start with, I'll be honest. Let's start with Mags and I, because I think Mags, we don't even need to say much about it. I mean, it happened a couple days ago, but Mags is declaring some victory that he's exposed me, and yet he will not tell me what I'm lying about, what I'm being deceitful about. So, Mags, you didn't win anything. There really was no winning or losing. It wasn't like a competition. It was supposed to be a discussion. At least that's what I thought. Mags wanted a discussion. But instead, it's like he wanted some kind of debate or something, like somebody win. There's no winner in a discussion. I don't know. That's just me. He is insane, creepy dude. Yeah. They are all insane. I titled, I made a picture of the three. I took a screenshot of the three of them. And I put on there, 3 blind mice, see how they lie. And put the little song emoji in there. Because they're liars. The doll reenactments gave you the win. Yes, hey, whoever does those doll reenactments, awesome job. I wish I could have said all that you said, but because he can't. Mags and Santa and Vern's live was crazy, wasn't it? Did anybody go over and finish watching their talk on Rumble? Now, let me give you a hint that they've told us that on Rumble, they can't take your comments down and stuff. So you can say what you want on Rumble. I took full advantage of that. Yeah, they're all liars. Yeah. I took full advantage of that. You can go in and you can chat. They can't shut you up there. At least yet. They haven't figured it out yet. You don't have Rumble? I actually just signed up for an account real quick. It wasn't very hard. You should. It might be worth getting it just so that you can watch what they're doing over there. A lot of conservatives are moving over to Rumble because you can watch stuff, but like I can't live on Rumble. I would have to pay for it, so I don't bother putting stuff out there. I just use it to right now to look at other videos. Wildman, I'm wondering how much a cut Mags is getting for the memberships. He seems to be trying awfully hard for someone not getting paid. Okay, so here's the deal. Mags and I go on there, and then he recaps it and uses it as an opportunity to grift money. Oh my God, they're always grifting money. They can't even talk about a conversation they had without trying to get donations. That's what I would do, American Girl, honestly. I just make an account. It doesn't hurt you to make a Rumble account. And honestly, there's a lot of Rumble videos that people are going to, like I said, going to that conservative side because they can upload videos there and there's not as much, what's the right word? They don't have as many problems as they do with YouTube. There's not censoring. There's not as much censoring on there. I made a Rumble, so when Cookie is live, I can go say, oh, Bunny, that's a good idea. I still haven't really used that. Okay. Maybe I should do that. Rumble is easy, but the main thing at top, choose between videos and channel. Choose channel, says Deb. Sunshine. At Laura, you can be on a Rumble for 100, after 100. Oh, I can go live for free. Okay, Sunshine, I'm gonna have to. I made a new Rumble account, and my new Rumble account is Traveling Unicorn. So if anybody wants to go sub or subscribe to me on Rumble, it's Traveling Unicorn. It's all about the money with them. Yes, it is. And there's nothing against people asking for money. I'm not saying that. There's nothing wrong with sending money to people that you like. Listen, it's hard to do all this live stuff, okay? It does take money. And it takes a lot of time in which you are not allowed to make money because you're doing stuff. So if people want to help people, I don't care. Help people. But I just think it's funny that they use everything as a grifting opportunity. Every time they mention me, they make money. And meanwhile, I sit here and I don't make money. These motherfuckers are making money off me. Hell, they got my picture on a coffee mug. Oh. They've got my picture on a coffee mug. And they're making money off of my face. And here I am. They make fun of me because I ask for money because I need gas money or something. Give me a break. Just silly. Okay, now let's go back to questions here. I'm just wondering how many members they really are getting. I wonder that too, Lemonade Chick. American Girl, it's all about the money with them, yes. Deb, how do you feel about a registered sex offender working for a school? Fuck no. Fuck no. No registered sex offenders living with or working with kids. Are you kidding me? I don't think they should be around children ever. They should not even be allowed to be around children. What is that? All in one word. Sunshine. Oh, all in one word. Okay, I get you now. I have to look it up. Traveling Unicorn. I'm trying to think. Is it all one word? Traveling? Did I put it as... I think I put it as one word. But I'm sorry. I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look. Just in time for buffer. Is it buffering? I'm doing okay, aren't I? I'm the one that you... Lemonade Chick! Like this one right here. This is from Lemonade Chick, guys. Look at this. She gave me this. Where's the... Oh, here's that part. Hold on. Let me get it. It's got this right here. Isn't that pretty? I still wear them. I still wear them. And then I got... She gave me this one. And I still look at this. I got to tell you, I looked at this and it really did make a difference. It says, be strong, be brave. And I have looked at the hat and on my arm and thought, Lori, they believe in you. Be brave, be strong. So thank you. I love these. Now, I got to say, though, I still got those POs, so I don't know how much luck it brought me, but I just had to tease. Let's see. Yes, I have my pick on a mug. Okay, so I was talking to one of my friends on the phone, and I sent her the link and had her look it up, and I'm like, dude, they seriously are selling mugs with my face on it. And I was telling one of my friends, I've told a bunch of my friends about it. They really actually want one. They think it's hilarious that my face is on a mug. Yeah, I don't mind people making money either, American Girl, but that's all they do. I thought this was about, it's not about fighting counter protesters and all that. I thought it was about freedom fighting, but all they want to do is make money. Coffee cup Tifa. Pick on them. It was for me, not now. Let's see. Oh, thanks. Yeah, everybody go follow me on Rumble. Traveling Unicorn. Okay. Oh, okay, the buffering stopped. Good, Deb. I was hoping there wasn't any. It was so you can move on to other things. Oh, it was so I could move on to other things. Okay, thanks for explaining that. I really like it. It's really pretty. And I just love, okay, my dad was a jeweler. He made jewelry. He was a gemologist. And so I was around diamonds, sapphires, rubies, everything. I mean, like, and I was, you know, like my dad made me my wedding ring. My dad made me jewelry and stuff. And so I don't even wear jewelry anymore. It's not that big deal that it is to some women, you know. I personally like silver jewelry. I'd like to get some rings, kind of the long, you know, like extended rings, or the small ones that go here. I need a thumb ring. I mean, this right here is about my only jewelry, and I have plastic, and I have this pretty little beaded one, but I don't wear real expensive jewelry mostly. So I need a spoon ring. I need an adjustable ring because I have huge knuckles. Look at this. Look at this, guys. I have piano fingers. I've been told I have piano fingers. See, I have very long fingers, but I have big knuckles. See how big my knuckles are? So when I try to put a ring over, it's big. It's got to be big enough to go over here, but then I've got this skinny. So I like adjustables, or I like ones that go right in here. All right. What's the Rumble channel name again, please? Deb, it's called Traveling Unicorn. I just made it the other night so that I could watch Vern and David and Mags. Yeah, I used to have one of those Lemonade Chick. I used to have a spoon ring once when I was a kid, but I used to play the piano, Connie. It's kind of funny. I took piano lessons. I couldn't play it today, but I did take piano lessons when I was a kid. I didn't really enjoy them. I wasn't very good. I have no rhythm or beat. You're not either. Game over. Yeah, jewelry is overrated. It's so expensive, and I like to have nice things. I like to have nice necklaces. I think necklaces are really pretty. I like sterling silver. I like unique and neat jewelry. Cool jewelry. Not the boring stuff, you know, that everybody has. I'd like to get some Native American made jewelry too. I think that would be pretty cool. If I like, maybe if you went to an Indian reservation or something. I like stuff that has a story with it. It doesn't really matter how, like look at, okay, so like this is very beautiful, but it's not a super expensive thing, right? But it means a lot to me because somebody gave it to me. It has a memory to it. It means something. Your big ear hole. Oh, do you have the big ear holes? Okay, look at. I have had my ears pierced 2 times. Like I have 2 of them, and I still can't wear earrings. And I've had this one done a couple times. I'm like allergic to fake jewelry. You made it? Are you serious, Lemonade Chick? You made that? Oh, I love it even more now. Look at this, guys. It's so pretty. I love having it, and it matches everything that I wear pretty much. So Look at it. It looks really nice with my shirt today. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. See, I love homemade stuff, jewelry. I love unique things that have like a story or a person attached or something. I'm one of those people that attach importance by the meaning or the person, maybe, you know, versus like the financial value. Like I said, I used to be able to mess with diamonds and all that. Yes, I'm sentimental. Yeah, it matters. Mags made fun of me for being like I'm emotional, but whatever. I mean, I gave you, Aunt, and J-Met my bracelet I wore. I love it. Thank you. It was so nice of you to come that day. I couldn't believe that anybody came. I really didn't think anybody, I don't know. Maybe I just don't realize how many people there are out there paying attention to this. No, Mags does not understand women. That shoe. That shoe fits right there. Oh, you're going to J-Met's? Yay. I am glad. Everybody needs to go to J-Met's. We need to get as many people there as possible. Native American reservations near Santa Fe, New Mexico. Oh, I was raised in Michigan, Niles, Michigan, and the Bertrand area. And so we had the Bertrand, I believe there were I don't know what they were called, but there were Indians there. Thank you, Sunshine. There were Indians there. And so like where I grew up, like I have Indian beads back home that I had from when I was a kid, that I still have. You could find stuff in the ground, be like arrowheads and all that. Hi, game. Oh, you're saying hi to Cunning. Hi, Cunning. And we had a big Native American presence there. So in the past. And so I always find Native American stuff really, really interesting for some reason. I like going to museums, and I don't know if we have anything here, though, that would be considered like reservations or an area where the Indians actually live. I don't know. I'd have to check into that, I guess. Indiana and Michigan. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm from Indiana now, but I'm from Michigan. So the area I'm talking about is Bertrand. It's Niles, Michigan, but it's called the Bertrand area. My grandma and grandpa actually lived on Bertrand Road. So, oh, you have a macaroni one that your daughter made you? Went to reservation and oh, and is that Montana with the youth? Ooh, that would be nice. Well, I guess were we on the Indian reservations when we went to the casinos? Because I know with the People's Convoy, we stayed at a casino one night, like in the parking lot, and we had went in and ate and people gambled and stuff. So I wonder, that could have been, I mean, that would have been on the Indian reservation, but I didn't really get to see the Indian reservation. I don't care about touristy stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. Potawatomi Indians. Yes, thank you, Shu. Potawatomi, yay. Yes, okay, wait, here we go. Wait. Let's put this out there because we have a unicorn star of the day today. Cunning Stunt. Cunning Stunt, we love you and we want to appreciate you today. So, let's everybody give a little heart out to our Cunning Stunt because she's wonderful. We've been watching you. You have taken a lot of crap. I've been seeing you get a lot of hate and crap, and you just have been standing your ground, and I appreciate that. You be you, Cunning Stunt. Be you. Always be you. So let's give some hearts out to Cunning Stunt. Come on, guys, some hearts and some unicorn rainbows because we love Cunning Stunt today. Cunning Stunt is our special unicorn today. We love you. We love you. Unicorns and rainbows. Unicorns love cunning stunt. We have so many special people, but today we're going to do Cunning Stunt. We like you, Cunning Stunt. We love you. You're our special little unicorn today. We take a lot of shit, ladies, don't we? And we just need to every once in a while, let's just acknowledge somebody that has just been doing a really good job, and that is a good unicorn. A good unicorn is somebody who is themselves and who stands up for what they believe in and doesn't let people shut them up. So congratulations, Cunning Stunt. We love you too. And I just love the name, damn it. I'm really jealous that you got the name Cunning Stunt and I didn't think of it first. Just saying. Ellie, just got here. Any news on Indiana? No, I haven't heard anything new. Please see my question above. Cynthia White. Hold on a minute. Cynthia White. Let me look. There's a lot of stuff on there. Cynthia White. There we go. Lori, did some preacher get David back on the speaking schedule for Saturday? I have not heard that anybody got him back on the schedule. Now, if somebody wants to look and see real quick, if somebody could maybe check and see, it would be don'ttreadonindiana.org. But it should still say that he is not back on there. I actually got a message from the man who is in charge of Don't Tread on Indiana, and he told me that he was going to be talking to the sheriff on Wednesday. Now, I know some other people who are planning on talking to the sheriff also, because I've seen in 1776 chats and stuff where they're talking about calling and harassing this guy. They're talking about calling and harassing another organizer. I mean, they want to prove their case. So, I don't know. All right. Cunning Stunt says, y'all are so amazing. So glad I found you. We're glad you found us too. We're glad you found us too. Us women, and you know, Americans, men, we love you too, but us women, we really got to stick together, all of us, as much as we can. Help each other where we can and uplift each other where we can. I feel like I'm negative a lot. I have to be negative in what I do, but let's be positive. You always got to put positive on things. So let's push each other up and uplift each other instead of knocking each other down all the time, okay? All right, so Sunshine, I like watching angry men try to pronounce your screen name when they are all mad. I know, Cunning Stunt, priceless. Did you see Mags wouldn't even say the last part? He goes something like cunning, you know, or something like that. And I'm like, dude, it's stunt, not cunt. You're welcome, Cynthia. As far as I know, there's nothing that has been changed. I'm supposed to, the gentleman who is in charge of the Indiana rally, the Don't Tread on Me, he is supposed to be getting back with me, okay? So on Wednesday after his phone call, or after he talks to the sheriff. So I'll let you guys know as soon as I hear anything. Believe me. He's not on there. Who's not on what? I missed that. Put them on the... Oh, okay. What I was asking. Okay, Georgia says, not on the flyer. Okay, good. That's good. That's what I was asking. Yeah, he's not on Michelle. He's not on there. Baby, I doubt they would put him on the flyer. He was on the flyer, though, and they took him off. Yeah. Cynthia says, thank you, everyone. Cunning Stunt says, he said stunning, I'm sorry. It is funny, Cunning. Website shows they're still not on the lists. Okay, good. Mags suffers from skin. Do you know what? I was sitting there watching those three men. And I couldn't help but sit there and think, this is what's going to save America. These three guys who seem to think women are there to just serve them. They're all afraid of strong women. You can tell because there's no women even on their board or anything. It's just ridiculous. Cynthia, who knows? I don't I don't really talk too much about AP stuff. It would be, if you want to know, my suggestion would be to go ask AP over on Twitter or on her page. I need to get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Don't play any games without me. Is there a fake one? I gotta go get some coffee. Okay, I'm back. Oh, where is my other? I had another piece of paper. I had written on. Where did I? Okay, I'm back. All right. So, stop. Who got my Snickers? Oh, I know they're yanking on them beards. You notice they all have beards and like to call themselves like Papa and this and that. Okay, talk about different posts, but they aren't on the APP. They were all over themselves. So, all right. We've got Santa. I made some little notes. I started taking notes and then but it was from his other thing. I looked up the Black Robe Regiment. And it seems like it was, well, just look it up. Google it. The Black Robe Regiment. That's what David was saying that he wants to happen, to be a part of. It would be maybe something that'll give you some insight into him. Pastor Tony. What do we know about this Pastor Tony? What church and what ministry and all is he involved in? Where is he located in Indiana? And if somebody could post this for me, every once in a while, my email is loriarnold95@gmail.com. And I welcome information, okay? I'm just looking at my notes here of the shit that I wrote down. Oh, he keeps saying, hi. Hi, Marshall. Marshall, hey. Okay, so David keeps saying that the reason that people are counter protesting him is because they are a Christian group. No, that is not why. There's plenty of Christian groups that aren't being attacked because they don't let pedophiles in. My God, you are such an idiot. It's your pedos, not your Christianity, that people don't like. What we really don't like is, David, is you pushing morals, Christian morals, on people who aren't Christians and letting pedophiles live with children, which you don't even make your own people live by the morals that you're trying to push on us. So that was the problem. Okay. Oh, thank you, Easily Distracted. Good morning. I'm always late to the show, Lisa. Better late than never. Oh, Lisa, we are honoring, we have a special unicorn today, and that's Cunning Stunt. She's our special unicorn, so we're giving lots of love to Cunning Stunt today. GA, they want the morality police, like Iran. Shannon Riddell will never change. No, he will never change. He wants to be in charge. See, always beware of people who rules for me, but not for thee. I don't like people who have rules for me, but not for thee. Nah, if it's a rule for you, for me, it's a rule for fucking you too, okay? And a story. Yes, congratulations on being a beautiful unicorn, Cunning Stunt. We love Cunning Stunt. She's been really good. You've been really, really, really nice to watch. I like seeing you in other chats and stuff, and I just thought it would be a good day. Lisa, I hate hypocrites. Yes. There's way more sexual stuff going on in there. The dots connect to a lot. Yes, Lemonade. Yes. That's what I keep saying, and nobody wants to listen to me. Okay. And Max, we'll cover that in a minute. Hi, Max. We'll cover AP later, but I'm talking about this right now. David, some of the stuff he said before his threesome on social media with Vern and Mags. If you're not educated on the Constitution, why are you educating other people? Who becomes a teacher when they're not even educated in the subject? I mean, seriously. Hi, Eagles Whisperer. Hi, Shannon Leslie. She-Hawk, nice to see you. Lipru, I don't know. Eagle Whisperer, Nocturnal Monkey. Let's see, what's the other one? I just had a few little things. Oh, I know. Here was the other one. Oh, what was it? What Christian movement lets pedophiles live with children? What Christian movement lets pedophiles live with children? Dude, you're not a real Christian movement. You're a sick cult. People who think their opinion is fact and that their opinion is the only one that matters. Yes. Now listen, I have been listening to the right bitch about rules for me and not for thee about the Democrat politicians, okay? And I absolutely agree with them because I've been yelling it too. I hate it when politicians come out and make a rule for me and it's not for them, okay? But I also hate when people on the right want to push morality on me and then they don't want to follow it themselves. They want to push their rules. They want their freedom. Some of them, not everybody on the right, but some people on the right, they want freedom for themselves and their Christianity, but they want to force that on you. If you don't live it, don't push it. Just saying. The hypocrisy is so bad. Yes, from this I know. It's very Cunning Stunt. Hashtag hypocrisy. Yes, ma'am. Tricky Trixie. He talks about having to have a moral society, but yet he has... Yes! Naughty Girl Aubrey. I do not suggest you look it up. But if you can't take our word for it, and you must subject yourself to it, no, you cannot unsee what you will see. But go find Naughty Girl Aubrey. She has her own website. It's active. And you can schedule an appointment with her. I wouldn't suggest it, though. Max says, She-Hawk, your posts were great yesterday. Sunshine, Lori is in a closet, so people she is with don't get dragged into all of this. Yes, Sunshine. Nobody needs to... Listen, if somebody doesn't want people to know I'm at their house, then that's fine. The truth is, unfortunately, I go somewhere, even online here. If I go into somebody's chat and I start talking to them, all of a sudden I'm at their house, or I'm living with them, or we're best friends, or some silly stuff like that. Or people are attacking them for no reason. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm realizing that because of what I'm doing, I'm dragging a lot of drama around with me. And so I've been trying to kind of protect my friends and the people that I'm around from that when I can. And myself. I don't like drama that much either. Okay, Laura's Crossing. At Lori Arnold. They keep saying you were kicked out of the convoy. Meanwhile, has a video posted of you upset when the leaders, while at Hagerstown screwed everyone after the California trip. Okay, Laura, let's talk real quick. They keep saying I was kicked out of the convoy or kicked out of 1776. Not true. I was at the end of the convoy. Yes, that's where everybody first probably remembers me, is from me yelling at the organizers, okay? I went to the parking lot with David and them. He just told this whole story about how I went there and he was mad. He was upset because I went back to yell at the organizers or whatever. So anyway, I ended up staying with 1776 is what it was becoming. David took over right away. He had Big D as his backup and some other people, and he just took over. I stayed for a little bit, but I was wanting to get out of there. I didn't like it. He told Alex to get the fuck out, okay? And then I was upset, but some of my friends were still there, and I was trying to convince them that this was not going to work. And so I was trying to get them to leave. And then eventually I just couldn't take it anymore. And I took off and I went down in DC to protest with Alex. And I got my friend Texas to come with us and protest down there. So we left. And actually I was supposed to help them talk about protest signs and help make signs. And Hippie Mama, Naughty Aubrey text me and was like, oh, can you come help with the signs? And I said, I'm done. I don't want to be with this anymore. And I have the text messages to prove it. So I just wanted to explain that because these people lie. They lie. I was not kicked out of the People's Convoy. I was not kicked out of 1776. I left 1776. I left it because I did not, from the very start, I did not like David Riddell taking over. It was supposed to be the people, all of us, not one person. That was always my big gripe, is that it's not about one person, it's about the group. Now there's Echo. Lori was not kicked out of the People's Convoy or 1776. She left on her own accord. I can personally vouch for that. Yes, it's on video everywhere. I mean, and like I said, I've got the text messages that show that that Hippie Mama tried to text me, so. Okay, now let me go back because I missed I can't look at messages when I'm talking. So I might miss some of you guys. I'm sorry. Flower Child says, I say that I am responsible for my morals and that I will be the only one who answers for myself. Yes! Oh my God. Listen, if you are not actively hurting someone, I don't care what you do. I mean, obviously, if I love you, I care about you or anything, I don't want you to make bad decisions to harm yourself. Even if I don't know you, I don't want you to make bad decisions that harm you. But I can't control anybody else, and I'm not going to sit and try. So if it doesn't affect me or it doesn't harm somebody, I don't care. All right? And Echo, today we're giving Cunning Stunt extra love because she is our special unicorn today. So you got to give some hearts over to Cunning Stunt today, guys. All right, let's see. And go over to Rumble. My Rumble account is Traveling Unicorn, and subscribe. If we can get enough subscribers on there, I think I get to go live maybe. That would be fun. Yes, Proud Army Girlfriend, I will. I will take screenshots. Oops. I will take screenshots and I will go ahead and post that on my Twitter account. Let's see. On Twitter, I'm just me. And it's going to have a pie face that has a smiley face. I made a pie with a smiley face and took a picture of it. So my picture is that, and it's got the just me. Maybe I should just change it to the unicorn one. But it's just me on Twitter. Yes, that's it. This has been personal. See, that's it. This has been personal, says Von Michelle. Yes. See, it is personal. You can't say it's not personal when it's people that you've lived with, people that you've ate with, you've traveled the country with. When you know these people, of course, I did not like it. That's why I left. I didn't approve. But I went away and I went on with my life until the pedophiles came up. And then it was the pedophile thing was just, that can't be ignored. That you can't ignore the pedophiles. That's not like, it's just different to me. Maybe off, but what happened to Curly? Lemonade Chick? I don't know what happened to Curly. I really don't. I know who she is. I've met her a few times. She always made me say her name right. Victoria. Yeah, Victoria, I think. Zoe, I am following you. That is true. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Okay. Twitter is at just me. Yes, just me. That's me on Twitter. I made that account because I thought at the time I was like, I just want to be like an anonymous person on Twitter. I don't want everybody, you know, because sometimes it's fun to just, a lot of people didn't like me. And so like if they know who you are, then they automatically block you at the time. So I thought it would be fun. You heard she went back to work. I don't know what happened to her. Yes, I did end up emailing Mags. He talked about that. He made fun of it. Yeah, she went. Curly, did she go back to work? Bunny, you were already following me. Yeah, I've been in I tag 1776 RM all the time. I've been seeing like I get on sometimes on Anarchy's, Anarchy Princess, Defender of Ants, Ben Nevitz. Oh, there's all kinds of people on Twitter. I love Twitter now. Santa, BKA Satan. Yeah, Santa is Satan. Santa's listening to Satan at the very least. Glad you're on and that all is well. Yep. Nurse D. Little cringy elf is afraid of his closet being in the light that he has threatened to die. Oh, really? Wow. There's a lot of threatening going on right now. That's all I can say on every side. Okay, I hate pigs. Lori Arnold, I don't know you on a personal level, but what I can say is that you are a savage beast. I appreciate your work and content. Like a dog with a bone. I'm just teasing. I am. I like to, once I get something in my head, man, and it's like I get on that mission, they are way off base if they think this is over. It's not over till the fat man sings. And he's going to sing soprano. Okay, Mag said that you only gave him one name. 1 + 2 = 3. How do you get 6? Oh, I only gave him one name. All right, let's see. I've never used Twitter before either until now. The exposed factor is important. Yeah, I've never really been on Twitter much myself. I didn't ever understood Twitter. Why would anybody care what I had to say? Like, I was like, why would they care? But there's only one Lori. Hey, I have a journalist friend that said every town needs a Lori. That's what he says. He's conservative, and he said every town needs a Lori. Because I just call shit out wherever I see it. I call it out on the right side. I call it out on the left side. I'm a shit caller. I call the shit out. I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like bullshit, and I like to call it out. I'm really a nice person most of the time. All right, let's see. But people are making a lot of threats. It's really crazy. I hate Twitter. World War. I got kicked off the other day, even though I've not been on in at least a year. What'd you get kicked off for? That's funny. Yeah, I can't call him Santa either. It's like a way to draw kids in. Yes. I call him David. His name is David Riddell. Isn't it funny that almost everybody has a special name and everything? I've never liked my name, guys. I've always thought it was boring, Lori, you know, just boring Lori. And I've always wanted a really cool name, nickname or something. No, what am I? Everybody's got a name. Lori. I'm Lori Arnold. Hi, I'm Lori Arnold. What the fuck? Oh. Are you still trying to help shut down the other rallies or states? I am not trying to shut down any rallies or states. I don't know what you're talking about, the other rallies. I'm not even trying to shut this one down. I'm trying to get 1776 away from it, which is what I have done. I got them off the roster and uninvited, but now they won't let it go, so... Hissy Cat, did you see the threats that Dusty made against AP, and he is after Ant some more? I heard Vern yelling about AP's threatening me. I don't know what he's talking about, so. Hi, Sunny Days. We're in the closet today, guys. Oh, you call trucks lorries here? Yes, yes, yes. I know where you're from then. I bet you're from England. Are you from England? I talked to my friend from England. He was a young guy when I first met him. And it was so funny because he kept telling me, what do they call? Trying to think, his job. His job was to push the carts back in at the grocery store, okay? But I can't remember what he called them. There were the carts, but he called them something else. So the whole time I thought he had a different job. I didn't realize what his job was because of the way that they use a little different words than us. So, okay, we can W. Loquacious. I don't know if I can say that. Loquacious. Oh, God, forget it. That may not be a good one for me. Okay, Rumrose. Lori, listening to what 7076 talks about scares me. They make it sound like they are going to try and pull what happened on J6 2021. 2020, wasn't it? Yeah, 2020. But okay, Rumrose. Yes. That's the thing. There are always extremists. There's a lot of extremists on both sides. Both sides. So it would be stupid to not be afraid of... We've got bad shit happening in our country. And there's a civil war that has already been ignited. And we are being pushed into fighting each other, I feel. And we have two extremes that are about ready to just blow. And I feel like everybody's going to suffer for that. So there are some people who, I don't think these people are able to do that. Rumrose, don't be afraid. I don't think that they actually would do that, but, and they're definitely not big enough to do anything like that. But there are some people that just want to start us all into a civil war. And I think that they try very hard. I don't know who all they are. Yeah, Echo says, as much as I dislike 1776 RM, they don't have the stone, spine, or smarts to pull another J6. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say too. No matter what their intent, execution is not going to be had. So I wouldn't worry too much. Von Michelle, I cannot support any extremists on any side. Yes, girl. None on either side. The extremists that can't even comprehend what the other side is saying just drive me nuts. World War Z. I'm wondering where they all are now. 1776. I haven't seen any of them, except a few in DC outside of the jail. They've been wandering around. I just found Screaming Steve's YouTube page. They're in Indiana, from what I understand. I don't know where everybody's staying. Actually staying. I don't know. That would be nice. If anybody wants to send me information about where they're staying in Indiana, I would appreciate that. Maybe I could go over to Indiana and visit them. Just saying. And my email is LoriArnold95@gmail.com. American Girl, I agree, Lori. Too much hate. I pray every day. Well, you know what? If you pray, you should be praying for your country. Definitely. For all of us. Because it seems like they've ignited something that... how do you douse a fire that has really just... It seems like every time we try to stop it, I try to bring people together, it just ignites more. I don't know. Sometimes it feels overwhelming, but we keep trying. Yes, if you have any information on the people, yes, send it to my email. I would love for you to be in my town and protest my neighbors. He loves to lie and call cops. Laura's Crossing. You know what, Laura? Honestly, I had somebody else who emailed me and was telling me about a pedophile that's in their area. I have a couple people who've already contacted me about pedophiles. And honestly, there may be a pedo hunting tour in my future. I'm just saying. I think that pedophilia is a big problem, and I would like to help. I would like to help people who need it. Because the pedophiles are getting away with a lot of shit. And I'm also a protester. So I plan on protesting. So I got a lot of shit in my future here. So we're going to be busy. And then Zoe asked me, what's next? That's what's next. I have been kind of taking it easy the last few days. Going, I can't talk too much about what I've been doing, but... Yes, Max says the trench warfare is in the state houses, not the street. Yes, if you want to do something for your country, start going to a city council meeting. Start going to a county council meeting. Start going to a county commissioners meeting. Start going to the waterworks meetings. Start going to every meeting, school board meetings. Start going. You don't even have to say anything. Just go and watch and observe. Live stream it. Pay attention. Pay attention and start knowing what's going on in your community. Start helping people. You don't have to do big stuff or give to an organization to help people. Do you know what I did in my in my community? In my community, I put I started handing out free water bottles. And pretty soon, people were donating me water bottles. Somebody donated me a cooler. People would donate me ice. And I put it out front and put it in the cooler, and people would come by, and it was always free. Take one. And it was just, you don't have to do big shit to help people. Hi, Ben. Ben, today is, if you didn't hear, today is Cunning Stunts, our special unicorn. We're giving special love to Cunning Stunt today. Oh, there she is. I see her. Oh, on here. Okay. She-Hawk says, fire has always been there, but now there's gas thrown on fire. Big fire now. Yes, She-Hawk. It seems like it's getting more and more difficult to get people to settle down and talk. That's why I want us to do these kind of things so that we can do that, you know? Let's see. Shannon Leslie, that is what I am fighting. Yep. We are fighting. Shannon was the one that was, let's see, I gotta make sure. I want to go back and look at that. I can't help everybody, but I always say help who you can, where you can, when you can. If I had my way, I'd go out and, yeah, the fire would just go woo, and all the pedophiles would be gone. Ben says, I hope you have a great afternoon. These are on me. Oh, thanks. Your choice. Oh, thanks, Ben. Let's see, what's Ben got on there? I take chocolate. Always chocolate, Ben. Let's see. Does little cringy elf live on farmland? I don't know much about cringy elf. Lori, the new bounty hunter. Hey, pedo hunter. Pedo bounty hunter. If they come to South Carolina, I will be there protesting and welcoming all protesters, says Flower Child. Yes. Oh, She-Hawk calls the chocolate. No. I love chocolate. I got really spoiled because my soon-to-be ex-husband, he used to go over to Europe all the time and fly over there for business. And so I would get so much European chocolate. And he worked for a German company that was in the United States. And so the people that would come over and work there, they always sent me chocolate too. Okay, GA, and from this I know, and Leslie. Okay, so we're going to go right down. State, even local. City council meetings, yes. Yes, go to meetings and try to fight the corruption on the county level. Good luck. I am fighting for developmentally disabled in Illinois. The abuse is atrocious. Shannon, I believe you. And we need more people speaking up at these things. We need people to come and to see you fighting. Because I swear, it's not just, it feels like it's overwhelming and that nothing will ever change, but I've seen it. I've seen it. If you just keep hammering them and hammering them and hammering, and you don't go away and you get other people involved, pretty soon, you just got to get enough people there to make that voice big enough that they actually listen to you. And then vote, 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 and get the right people in. And Shannon says, let's see, or sorry, Echo says, local level is where it all starts, 100. Yep. Cunning tells Ben they have a wonderful day. We love you, Ben. Thank you. Okay, let's see. And thank you. Yeah, Magically Delirious says, thank you, Shannon. Keep up the good fight. Girl, keep going. Do not give up. Do not give up. Keep pounding them. We're fighters. You get tired, but you just keep going, man. Find ways to get more people there with you. Find more voices to come in with you. That's what you got to do. Seriously. And you think that nobody's watching, but I swear people do. You're awesome too, Cunning Stunt. Okay, let's see. Von Michelle, yes, but please don't wrap yourself in the flag and try to articulate when you do speak at these meetings. I know I have to work on my articulation. It's hard to speak at meetings. It really is. It's intimidating. And you get politicians that can be real jackasses. I've had them be really mean to me. And oh well, you know, you got to kind of grow a little bit of thick skin, but sometimes just being there is a big deal. Oops. Let's see. D says Echo 76 restoration may not have any of those attributes to attempt something like J6, but as time passes, it sure seems many of them would like to at least attempt it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Fun. I will forever have 1776 imprinted on the back of my brain as a lesson in how not to be. The People's Convoy, 1776 Restoration Movement has taught me a lot of lessons. And even this whole thing going against 1776 has taught me a lot of lessons that I will carry forward in my journey, you know, with protesting and being an activist. Baby says, I talked to a candidate from the other side of what I am on, and we found lots of common ground. Yeah, baby. Exactly. Exactly. You always find the common ground. I always try to do that. Find common ground with someone and then go from there. And then you can go into the things maybe you disagree with and find out where you agree and where you don't. Old Astronomer, just want to point out that if they comply with conditions of release and register and stay registered, then that's one thing. Not registering their presence, like at Bunker Hill, is quite another story. Yes, there's a difference. I don't like them there, period. American Girl says, love your talks. Ant talks, AP talks, and Pluck talks. Love the Fantastic Four. Everybody's different, aren't we? It's fun how we're all different, but we get different stuff. It works, right? It works. And that's why, guys, listen, I get a lot of shit for having my mods. And I'm going to say something. My mods and I, we work together really well. They try to make it sound like everybody, that somebody else runs my channel and all this shit. No. I run my channel, but my mods rock. I talk to my mods a lot. These people, we work together. If we have a problem, we talk it out. But we work together as a team. And that's what you need to kind of recreate everywhere you go if you want to do something, is find people who have different attributes than you. People who are good at, listen, I tell you, if you're good at phone calls, making phone calls, people like me are not good at making phone calls. Maybe you're good at emailing. Maybe you're good at research. Maybe you like to read through things and find stuff. And do that kind of researchy stuff for people. Maybe you're good at video or you're really good at computer stuff. Everybody has a skill that is needed. And when you all group together those different skills and you come together and you work for a common cause, you're almost unstoppable. So that's what we have to start doing. That's what happened here. That's what's happened with Ant, AP, Pluck, me. We're not a team, as in, I mean, although me and my mods are a big team, and you know what? I am with them too, with the Fantastic Four. We're kind of a team. We work in unison. We don't sit and plot and plan, but we do work in unison because we have a common goal. And even though we may not always agree with everything that each other does or says or thinks, we're still all together, and we still work together in the common cause. I think that's very important. The problem is you got to be careful who you connect with. Obviously, there was times I've connected with people that I have disconnected from now because I was like, I can't have those people around me. So you have to be careful. Pedophiles, don't connect with pedophiles. Tip number 1, don't connect with pedophiles. People make mistakes and all that other stuff, but be careful who you connect with. It is important. All right. Yes, Echo, you are right. In the case of 1776, the convicted child sex offender should have never been allowed to be there. And that's the sticking point that they don't like, that I keep hitting on, that Echo keeps hitting on, is, and other people, is we haven't forgotten. You let pedophiles in. We tried to tell you. You let pedophiles in. Yeah. Ellie says, Trucker G kicked him out and David should have never allowed him back. David should have known Trucker G made the right decision. Yes, and I respect that Trucker G did that, because who in their right minds would let pedophiles live with children, right? But David just didn't get it, and he kept doing it anyway. I mean, the truth is, they're really not that old of an organization, and he's already fucked up so bad. He's messed up so many ways and so many times. I do want to show you guys something. If I gotta go get it, my pop. But look at this, is a book I started reading, and I still haven't finished it, so I'm trying. But it's called Stolen Honor, Stolen Innocence. Stolen Honor, Stolen Innocence. Has anybody read this book before? This book is one that I got that talks about, it says, how America was betrayed by the lies and sexual crimes of a mad scientist. And what it's about, it's by Judith Reisman, PhD. And it is about, what is his name again? Kinsey. Alfred Kinsey. Kinsey started the belief that children are sexual from birth. Has anybody heard of Alfred Kinsey before? I'm going to wait a second. I'm going to go get a pop. Tell me if you've heard of Alfred Kinsey. In Indiana, in Indianapolis, Indiana, there's a Alfred Kinsey Institute. And I'm curious if anybody has heard of Alfred Kinsey. He's a scientist, supposedly. I don't know. All right, I want to know, Alfred Kinsey, has anybody heard of him? The Kinsey Report, yes. The Kinsey Institute, yes, okay. Sounds like a couple people, hi Shiak. It sounds like a couple people have heard of it. I think for you. Oop, did. I thought about going to Indiana and visiting the Kinsey Institute and doing a live on him. He's really sick. The movie Kinsey starring Liam Neeson. I don't know about that. Okay, so what he did is, let me see. Well, he wrote a couple books. So he started this sexual revolution that we're in right now. And what's sickening about it is, hold on, I'm trying to see here. Pretty much, he was a pedophile who said that children are sexual from birth. And in order to prove this, he used studies, scientific studies, done by other pedophiles who stimulated children. Let me find it. I know I've got it in here, the exact. I was trying to think of the ages. And I know it's in one of these things. I want to make sure I say it right, because it's really sickening. Really, really sickening. Okay, so he was Indiana University sexologist. Anyway, he worked there's so much about him. I'm trying to find where about the experiments, because I want to get it right. He had Rockefeller funding. That's interesting. Where is it? I thought for sure. This is a very interesting book, but I'm trying to find the part where it says, because it was the data that he used, and I'm trying to find it. Well, I'm having trouble finding it in here, but the true, okay, so here it is. He used studies on children. What they did is they stimulated children sexually as young as up to so many months old, like so under a year, okay? And they stimulated them sometimes up to 20 plus hours to see how many times they orgasmed. These are pedophiles. It's sickening. And that's what he used to normalize pedophilia and normalize child love and sex. It's sick. Yes, that is what we are fighting right now. The end game of Alfred Kinsey and what he put into this sexual revolution. That's why we're now fighting the normalizing of pedophilia, because he's been working at this for a very long time. He also worked in cahoots with what was I think Playboy. There was funding in that. Guys, there's a lot of information in this book. Stolen honor, stolen innocence. This man wanted to normalize it, pedophilia. So, and he has. Hasn't he? We're very close to this, to where our children are nothing but sexual fodder. It's sick. It is sickening. I looked at this book last night and I started crying. And I'll show you the picture that I saw that made me cry. I just saw this picture and it made me bawl. And now I'm sitting here almost bawling just thinking about it, you know? Because kids, who hurts children like that? Who finds children sexually attractive? You know, who would hurt a child like that? Who would even put a child in the position where they could possibly be hurt like that? I mean, who would do that? David Riddell and everybody at 1776 obviously would do that. I mean, I do. I want to show this picture. Here it is. I almost lost it. So it says, it says it's a popular book, Oh, Dr. Kinsey, a photographic reaction to the Kinsey Report, 1950. That's what it is. The Kinsey Report, 1953. The baby's photograph is captioned, "Are you glad you're still a virgin?" Are you glad you're still a virgin? And it had a picture of a little child. Tell me that's fucking normal. Are you still a virgin? Is that the caption you would put on this picture? Every child should be a virgin, you stupid idiot. Every child should be a virgin. This is horrible stuff that's happening. And you know what? They just put up a statue to this man in Indianapolis at the Institute. They put a statue up of him. I'd like to go home and I'd like to get to Indiana at some point and get to that statue and do a live report on Alfred Kinsey. It's sad. And we need to start, they need to tear that damn, you want to tear a statue down? That's the statue that needs to be taken down. Alfred Kinsey, child fucker, who has tried to normalize pedophilia. Yes. This is the sick shit that I've been fighting in the schools. And then we've got people like David Riddell who let children live with pedophiles in a parking lot. David, it's called grooming. It's what this man would like you to do. Let children around pedophiles. Use your fucking brain, David. You made a very egregious, wrong decision. More than one. It's over, dude. You should know your government, says Cat Rogers, is full of maps. Oh my God, they're not maps. They're pedophiles. Should put your energy there. My government is full of them? Yes. I'll tell you what, everybody keeps saying that to me. Well, there's pedophiles here. Well, there's pedophiles there. Well, there's pedophiles there. Yeah? Well, I'm going after this pedophile, or I'm going after that pedophile. I can only affect what I can affect. I can't get rid of every pedophile in the government right now, but I can get rid of 1776 and their pedophile-loving ass. Yeah, I can. So I'll do what I can do. Why don't you go do something there? I can't do it. You go do it. His research has pretty much been debunked. Yeah, but they're still using it, baby. That's the problem. And now our children are being told that they're... It's just sickening. His material. Maximus says, his material was used under the cover of being more enlightened by colleges and social workers. Yes. It's heartbreaking, at Max, deranged and criminal. Yep. Cunning Stunt says exactly, 100. David making same old excuses last night. Again. Flouncy Disco. You were doing great and we all appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, Direwolf, thanks, Lori. We appreciate what you do. You know what? We all have to do it. I made a little short, Calling All Angels. You're the angel. I'm the angel. We're all the angels, right? Magically delirious. Silence is compliance. Exactly. Exactly. Silence is not violence, but silence is compliance. And if you are silent when children are being abused, then you are compliant in it. Hi, D. DM, hi. Okay, today, just so you know, since you just got in here today, Cunning Stunt is our special unicorn today. So we're giving lots of love to Cunning Stunt. She's our special person, our special little unicorn. And she's been, because she's a strong, strong person and has been just taking some heat, and we just wanted to give her some love today. But we are talking right now about Alfred Kinsey, if you know who he is. This shit just... It's disgusting. It's hard to read. It's really hard to read. Yeah, whoop, whoop, Cunning Stunt. Hashtag feel the love. What are we doing? Is that, how do you do that? Whoops, you gotta go like that then, I guess. We love you, Cunning Stunt. Satan equals Riddell. Okay, so that's just stuff I'm learning. There is a website that has done a lot of research. This is where I found out about Alfred Kinsey, was from my friend Rhonda Miller from Purple for Parents, Indiana. And she does a lot of stuff. Now, she works on critical race theory, social emotional learning, pornography in schools, and so she deals with this stuff. And one of the things she has done is she's done a lot of unveiling about Alfred Kinsey. So that would be a good resource if you want to know some stuff about him. The book here, Stolen Honor, Stolen Innocence, is a good one. I would just suggest finding out about this stuff as much as you can. American Girl, Lori, you will always be a friend of mine. Thank you. Cunning says blushing. Ooh. We love you, Cunning. Okay, cargo ships. Direwolf. Not everyone stands up like you have done, and it's not fair that you have gotten all the hell you have. It's fair. It's fair, Direwolf. Dude, I put it out, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all to get all that heat. It doesn't. I'd stand up any day. When you are going against people who are really doing evil things and they don't want you to reveal what they're doing, they will fight tooth and nail. Look at what an animal will do when it's stuck in a trap. Its arm is stuck in a trap. It will chew its arm off to get out. That's what these people are doing, only they're trying to chew my arm off, but they're the ones that are stuck, not me. Okay, wait, Ruligan? At Lori, why are we not tearing down his statue? We have torn down other history. I'm not into tearing down statues, period. When we say tearing down, I don't mean physically tearing down. I mean like having them take it down. Not this 2020 version of just tearing statues down anywhere you want to. That's not how we do. Okay, now, what did Nurse D say? Lori, did you hear judge ruled against 76 appeals? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And do you know what that means, Nurse D? It means the ones that I have are going to win when my appeals go through. Because the reasoning that they wouldn't hear the appeals is the exact same reasoning of why mine will be revoked. So, yay. I told you it was bogus bullshit. They knew that. Liars. Okay, there's one more thing that I really like to talk about before I get off. And that is because a lot of people are upset at, and I'm just going to throw it out there, at what AP did. I've got a lot of people that have been giving me some crap for it. I know people are upset at, some people are upset at AP. Some people think she did a great thing. Some people are upset at her. So I just want to state this. I like AP. I don't always like everything she does, but she is her own person and she's allowed to do whatever the hell she wants. I would like to remind everybody about how when the women who marched for pro-choice, enough. Spike getting on it. Hey, who are you barking at? Is there somebody there? The people, the women went to the White House and they left stuff, the pro-choice, and they left stuff out, you know. And what happened? The 1776 Restoration Movement people went and removed some of it. And the police let them. And then they finally stopped. But so the same exact scenario happened the opposite direction. And I didn't hear anybody like screaming and crying because those poor women had their stuff taken down. No. So while I don't necessarily approve, I don't think it was a nice thing to do, whatever. It's not, I didn't do it. It's not up to me. But I will tell you one thing. She had every right to do it, just like the other side did. Just because it's not nice doesn't mean you don't have a right to do it. And I will say this, nobody has a right to hurt AP. Anybody puts their hands on AP, deal with me. Deal with me. I can see how one side can see what Mickey and them did by putting those flowers there at the Capitol as disrespectful. I see it. I don't believe it, but I see it. So to them, it was disrespectful. And I'm not going to tell them that they're wrong necessarily. It's how they feel. So why do that and disrespect everybody by doing it at the Capitol? Why not do a special ceremony somewhere else for your daughter? But why do you have to do it there where it's a very, 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 very touchy thing? And it's in DC. It was like a slap in the face to the people of DC and the people who believe that we are all insurrectionists. It was a slap in their face. to put those flowers and leave them there on the Capitol. Okay? I see that. And so I am not upset at what AP did. I don't like it, but I'm not upset by it because I don't take personal offense to it. I understand where she was coming from. Okay? There you go. I didn't like it when 1776 people came and took the shit down from the in front of the White House either, because I thought that was disrespectful too. I don't like it. I didn't like that they left it. I don't like that either side left it. I don't like that they left the shit there because it's littering. I don't like that the other people came and picked it up just to be jackasses. There you go. But I don't think anybody deserves violence. Nobody deserves to get violent, get hurt and attacked because they pissed you off, hurt your feelings. Now, let me go back and see what you guys said. All right, let's see what you guys said about it. All right. D, what difference does it make? They were going to throw them away anyway. It is considered littering in DC. Yes, and she didn't even do it in front of the mom, so whatever. Whether I agree or not, she's out there, says She-Hawk. Yeah, she is out there. Watching people win or fail, that flower stomping was epic. Let's see. Echo says that cop... excuse me, I got a burp. I'm drinking Coca-Cola. Sorry, Echo. Wow. That cop that stood there and let her do that is just as guilty. He is fueling the fire by doing so. I will be getting his name and badge number today. Good. Because that's the other point I want to make. Thank you, Echo. Is that look at the cases. Both of those scenarios that I put forth with you, the police were the ones that let that happen. They let the people leave the stuff, even though it's against the rules, it's against the policy, they still let them do it. And then they let the other side come up and kind of desecrate it. The police are making these situations. I just want to put that out there. The police are the ones that are creating it. Flowers on grave, not Capitol. Yes, not at the Capitol. D says that cop was there to throw them away anyway. She-Hawk. Thank you, She-Hawk. Butterfly is 100% Lori. All worn out. AP has a purpose she does not even understand. She is driven, guided, a very special person. All worn out. Yes, listen, I don't always agree with everything AP does or stands for, but at the same time, she's 100%. And I do support her and I protect her. I won't let anybody hurt her. And if they hurt her, they're gonna answer for it. Watching people win or fail. The Capitol is no place for a memorial. No. Not when it's such a volatile situation, too. Star Fox says, it's getting crazy out there. Yep. At Echo, that is not a memorial. Bunny says, I felt bad for the flowers. Okay, Bunny, I love flowers. I used to deliver flowers. And those beautiful circus roses are one of my favorite. I think they're called circus rose. It's the orange and yellow and red all together. It's just so beautiful and they smell really good. Oh, my favorite rose, I think. Well, that or the lavender ones are my favorite roses. But, oh my God, to see them all scrunched up, I just wanted to take them. I wanted them. I felt bad for him too. Echo says the cops should have disposed of them instead of letting her destroy them. The cops should have never let them leave them there. Nurse D, that's right. She-Hawk, they don't like loud women. Yes, Lipru. They were putting salt on an old wound. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of wounded people out there about J6, okay, on both sides. And we are very, very close to, you know, always igniting on that. Why would we ignite it even more, you know? It was not a sanctioned memorial. Exactly. There's been a memorial going on for a very long time. And it was just a birthday celebration. They should not have been allowed to place the flowers on the steps of the Capitol in the first place. Yes, Kev, I was waiting for them to tell them that they couldn't do it because I had heard people saying kind of like, ha ha, wait until we see how they act when they can't leave them there. And then I saw that they got to leave them there. It was kind of weird. Everything is going according to plan. I will inform Putin. Oh, damn. She-Hulk, Echo, why should he sweep up what's considered trash? Yeah, who leaves trash for the popo to clean up? The same Capitol Police that, don't get me started. Lois, thank you. Is Ashley Babbitt really dead anyway? I've gotten bashed for like trying to say that. I don't even know if Ashley Babbitt is dead. We don't know. That was so messed up. It was so messed up. And somebody tried to say, well, it was on live video. Are you kidding me? I've seen a lot of live video. That's not live video. Rugelin, that is right. They tied ribbons and Oreo and BCP untied them and took them off. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. Just as disrespectful. It caused emotions, but it wasn't illegal. It says cunning stunt. Yes, it caused emotions, but it wasn't illegal. Exactly. It's not illegal. Nobody said you couldn't do it, but look at how they're letting them do things against the rules, both sides. And then the police start these situations. I think they purposely try to create us to fight each other sometimes. The police. She-Hulk says that cop is not responsible. No, I don't necessarily blame one police officer, but let's see. Well, let's get rid of Star Fox. Yeah, I don't know why Star Fox is in here, but if we're deleting your messages, maybe you just don't need to be in here. Okay, that is right. They tied ribbon. Yeah, I already read that one. What did Lois say that they're responding to? Oh, is she really dead? Neither is Floyd. Seriously, if you watch, listen, I want truth about J6 and about Ashley Babbitt and all of it. I want truth. We can speculate, but I have no clue. I'll believe them, like not believe, but almost anything could be true. So what the hell? What is the truth? I want the truth. A lot of shit doesn't make sense. And when shit doesn't make sense, that means people aren't telling the truth. Oh my God. Just get rid of them. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, just, matter of fact, let's just. There we go. We'll just hide them. Okay, let's see. Police are watching her closely when she shows up at jail protests. Yes, Max. They are. They're watching everybody. Personally, I would have passed them out or put on Veterans Grave. Oh, that She-Hulk, actually, that is a nice idea. To just take them and put them on, yeah. Well, there you go. Everybody has their own ideas. That's not, well, I don't know. Proud Army Girl, I would have taken them and handed them out to people who needed a smile. Oh, that's a good idea. That would be fun to do. I always wish I had tons of money and I could just like make people's day like that. Like there's a guy on YouTube that does that. He like asks somebody for like $1, and if they give him the $1, he'll give him like $100 or something like that. I think that would be so much fun. But I love flowers and I like making people smile. That's a good idea. They should have passed the flowers to people. Yeah, everybody's saying that. Okay, sometimes just because we can do something doesn't mean we should do it. This applies to all of us from all sides. We have rights to do things here, and we don't have to agree with everything. Absolutely, Magically Delirious. Absolutely. And I tried to say that before. Just because you have the right doesn't mean you should do it. You know? You can say what you want, but you really don't have to say, and you shouldn't say everything. You know, there's ways to speak to people. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying I agree with what she did. I'm just saying I agree with the right that she had to do it. And just, I don't think that she should get violence for it. What did She-Hulk say? Oh, yeah. Okay. She was set up. Babbitt was used. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff all worn out, like I said, about that day that just doesn't make sense, that we're obviously being lied to about. So, did they have a permit to gather there yesterday for the birthday memorial? Doubtful, but I don't know. I would guess not. Cunning says, I'm not sure how I would have handled the flowers. I understand her rage. I do too. I don't agree with it. I just understand it. You know, I mean, it's... I understood the way she was talking. I'm like, I know that she really believes that. Like, she's really pissed off about this whole insurrectionist stuff, you know, and I don't want to discount people who feel that way. I mean, obviously, I see it differently, but I don't want to discount how they feel. She left a big footprint yesterday, Max says. It might be too big for her. I hope not. I hope it doesn't come back and kick her in the butt. It sure seems that she's being exploited by several individuals for personal gain. That could include family members. Yes, I think that Ashley's... I do not like Mickey. Mickey is taking advantage. I believe Mickey is taking advantage of her daughter's death. I'm curious about the money, Mickey. Where's the money? Why are J6ers not getting all that money? The people that are in the prison, where's all their great lawyers and why commissary and all the shit they need and their families need? I want to know about that. Then you go to the fact that she's now assaulted 3 women. She needs to get her shit straight. And she shit on her daughter's grave by going hand in hand with 1776 pedo cult. Randy raised $100,000 for other convoys before the People's Convoy, and then he just disappeared. Now he's back working with the convoy people again, such as 1776. There is dirty shit going on, and Mickey is involved, guys. Mickey is involved. She is not some wonderful... You know what? If I was killed, do you think I would want you guys to go and love on my mother? My mother is not a nice woman. No. My mother defends pedophiles. Don't ever put my mother on a pedestal because I get killed. Please. Give me a break. Cindy, it's all a movie to wake people up. Maybe. Or to get people fighting more. Echo says, how would you feel if a cop stood there and let the boogeyman desecrate and destroy a George Floyd flower memorial? Be a little different for some of y'all. Yeah. And once again, I don't think they would have the right to hurt somebody who did that. Somebody who got pissed off because of all the shit that they had seen, the riots and everything. And then they see flowers laying there for the man that started it. And they went and they got mad and they crushed him up. You shouldn't be able to hurt that person either. Absolutely not. Alfred Kinsey, who is that? Look him up. Look him up, okay? He is a pedophile that normalized pedophilia. He's responsible for our maps today. I know he needs to find me. AP explained why she did it, Max says. She said clearly, Ashley Babbitt was trying to kill the cops and innocent people, etc. And the flowers were offensive on that building. Yes, I know that's how some people feel. I don't see it exactly the way they do, but I see, and I can't discount how they feel, and I think it was rude to leave them there. World War Z, the flowers thing was bad, and I don't think it was an insurrection. Yes, it was bad. I didn't say I agreed with it. Putting that out there. I just wanted to address it, though. because she's gotten a lot of hate. I've gotten a lot of hate about it. And I just want to address where I stand on it. I don't like it, but at the same time, we've just discussed about how we feel. Yeah, I doubt they'll forget it, Max. She knows she was set up. She knows who and why. Her husband would get the money, not her mother. D, they're con artists. Yes, con artists. I think Mickey is into something. I don't know what yet. And like I said, we'll find out. The truth will come out eventually. But what do we know? We know Mickey's violent. We know that she is hand in hand with Randy Ireland, who is dirty. Dirty ex-Proud Boy. Just saying. And he's driving an Audi 8. He was there to raise awareness for her cause. AP said $2 million so far. Bingo. Yep. Electronic Progression says, I think it was just chaos, not an insurrectionist. Yes, it was not an insurrection. I'm just going to say that right here. Not an insurrection. Nope. Ellie says, why don't all the Proud Boys get together and kick the bad ones out? I don't know, Ellie. Wouldn't that be, that's a thought. They can't even take care of their own, obviously, because we got Proud Boys all over doing pedo shit. We got pedo supporting Proud Boys. What did I call them the other night? I was calling them Pussy Boys, but I had another one. Pedo Boys. The Pedo Boys. That's what they're turning into. The Pedo Boys. Now we got Santa, Longbeard. There's a couple others in there. Who else? Shit. I lost my train of thought of which ones. But yeah, we got all these pedo boys in there. It's crazy. And then they come and support them and they don't do anything about them. I guess if somebody, let me tell you this. If somebody rode around with a pedophile, walked around with a Lori Arnold Loves Me shirt, I would be on top of that shit. If somebody was going around saying in my name, hey, I represent Lori Arnold and we love pedophiles, I would have something to say. And I would shut that shit down quick. Proud Boys are awful quiet. Awful quiet. Hasn't said nothing. So either the Proud Boys are done now and they're not worth shit, or they do support this stuff. Which one? I think they're just done. I think the Proud Boys are over and they're like 1776. They're done. They're on their last leg and they're no help to anybody. They will not help you. The only people that they will help is stopping trans people from reading to children in the library. That's about all that they'll do. Oh, the Proud Boys will also show up at the drag shows when the kids are there. That's the only two places they'll ever stand up. Oh, wait. Antifa in the streets, fighting in the streets. They'll fight Antifa in the streets. Okay, so that's the extent of what you should count on the Proud Boys. They'll never speak up against their own, just like a gang. They'll never speak up against their own, just like Antifa. Antifa, Proud Boys. Antifa, Proud Boys. Like the right and the left, the Republicans and the Democrats. You put them together and they got this little fight of their own going on, and the rest of us get destroyed in the middle. It used to be that the Proud Boys, I supported them because they actually protected people. They protected our monuments when the left was trying to tear them down. They protected people, old people who were just trying to go to a rally. Children, they protected them from Antifa who were hurting them. But now they're done. I'm so over that. They're so over. They're not even a threat anymore. They're not even a threat anymore. I don't even think they know what they're doing. So anyway, all right. Oh, whoops. We got some more stuff going on. Alfred Kinsey, She-Hawk. Here's the book. Stolen Honor, Stolen Innocence. There was more than 3 Proud Boys. You're right, She-Hawk. Criminals. Join Gab, more secure than Rumble. Baby says they show up at pride parades too. Yeah, I don't like that. Echo says, tell me, She-Hawk. Now keep in mind, I've been a Proud Boy since 2017. She-Hawk says, good for you, Echo. I don't dox. Why are we doxing here? What's going on? What's this about doxing? Did I miss that? He can be found quite easy. Wait, did I miss something? Never. I must have missed it. Good for you, Echo. I don't dox, huh? Okay. Well, that's all I got to say on that one. Obviously, that was a stumper. That's why I don't subscribe to groups, okay? I don't subscribe to groups. I'm very careful. A little side bickering, yeah. I'm very careful not to, I try to be careful, not to actually join with a group, because I can agree with parts of what a group is doing and still disagree with other parts. And I would hate to have a group be in a group and then they started doing stuff I didn't approve of, and then my name gets drug into that. So I just don't like groups or titles like that. But I don't know. That's just me. So many times things change too. People change, groups change. I predicted Proud Boys would end up becoming what they were fighting against back when I first started seeing them, because they were really doing. And it's not like I hate the Proud Boys. I still like the Proud Boys, some of them, because like there are some really good Proud Boys, but there's a lot of shitty ones now. There's just a lot of shitty ones that, and the Proud Boys won't stand up against what's going on in their own. And that, for me, the hypocrisy is the part I don't deal with hypocrisy well. So I'm glad that I never really fully supported, like went out, woo, you know, on it. But I'm an American. I love America, and I am always on the side of America. I'm not on the side of anybody. I'm not on the right, on the left. I am on the side of America. I want America to succeed. I want it to be a free country. And I would love it if it was pedo-free. Okay, well, I'm going to get off now. Talk to you guys later, but I just kind of wanted to catch up and get in touch with everybody. And I haven't been in a closet in a while. But anyway, so this is the book, again, Stolen Honor, Stolen Innocence by Judith, how do I say that? Reisman, R-E-I-S-M-A-N. And it's about Alfred Kinsey and the Alfred Kinsey Institute. It tells all about this man and how he became what he became, how he is now the influence that is affecting your children, saying that children were sexual from birth. So that's a good one to, if you want to get any information about him or start looking into that. Also, Purple for Parents Indiana is a group that she has a lot of information on YouTube. I think she still has her YouTube channel, but she had a lot of great information on this a while back that I found about Alfred Kinsey and the sexual kind of revolution stuff. And I think that's it. We love you. I love you guys. Cunning Stunt. Love you. Peaceful day, everybody. Take care of yourselves and let your inner rainbow unicorn shine.